Hello everyone, this is Anna here, and in this video we're going to be making a tray that can be any shape or form that you wanted. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit here because I'm just about a couple of minutes early. Let me start my clock here. Yeah, that's going. So I am gonna wait a little bit and see who is here with me. Let me put the chat on. Hello. I wasn't here last Saturday. I went to Florida to be with family and I had a great time. I think the only downside from that it was the driving. It's like a little bit over 8 hours of driving time, and when I got here, I did something to my back. I threw my back, so that wasn't fun, and I'm still feeling it. So I've been taking stuff for the pain and putting patch on my back. So I'm gonna try to keep this video short. And so it's 10 o'clock, so I think we can start. Um, Let me know if anybody's here. Say hi. I always have a delay. Let me see. Yeah, I always have a delay for the chat. I don't know why, but anyways, we can get started. I'm gonna turn this off and turn this off. So I hope the lighting's okay for this video. Oops. And I'll show you what we're gonna be making here. So I've been wanting to make this video for quite some time now because it's one of the videos or one of the techniques that I've learned when I first started. As you guys know, I don't do too much hand building. Hi, Julie. Good morning. Thank you. Yeah, I've never had this kind of pain before. Hi, Andrea. I think it's something to do with my sciatica, I believe, because it's going all through my back, all the way to my thigh on the back. So, and it could be from just sitting too long. So anyways, welcome. If anybody's new to my channel, welcome here. I try to do a tutorial every Saturday live with Anna on different techniques. So on this one, like I was saying, it was one of the first things that I've learned when I first started pottery way back when. And then I can't remember what workshop I went to, or in one of the conferences I went, and they took this technique to another level and showed all of us how to do something that it kind of blew my mind, is that you can actually create a tray, a form of any shape that you would like, and you can create a spiral. You can create a dish that is divided in the middle with different divisions. The next one I'm gonna make for me would be a little egg tray to do. My daughter likes to make deviled eggs, and I wanted to make one that it looks like leaves with a branch, and the leaves would be the places where the eggs will go. So if I make other ones this week and the next week or so, since I'm in the mood for making hand building, I will make like shorts to show all the different kinds of things that you can make With this one, I didn't quite have time because I just did this one yesterday. I didn't have time to paint it, but I outlined it today with black just so you could see what it is. Um, Trying to get it from here. So this is just the baby otter with the mom holding the baby, and I attached a little, that's the mom's foot coming out this way. This is the tail. Um, and so again, it's not painted or anything. I just made the black so you could see what it is. And I tried to carve just the outline so I know where the legs and stuff, the leg, the baby's leg, the little paws is like coming from underneath the mom's arms here. So this is just to give you an idea, and then I will do a short after I paint it and to show the end result, what's gonna look like. Let's see. Oh, Fred, Julie says, my sister was a massage therapist. She recommend eating fresh pineapple. Wow, I never heard of that. I'll try that. At this point, I'll try anything because my back is still hurting a lot. So I'll be sitting this whole time here. Um, so, anyways, with this one, there are two kinds that you can do. The easier one is, again, I have some pieces here that I created when I first started. So it would be creating a coil. This is just a fish that was like a spoon rest. It's even chipped, but I like to save my old pieces. So all that is you create a coil with the shape of whatever you want to make, and then you press your slab into it so that that coil gets attached to the slab, and then you just cut it around and you push it so it becomes a little tray, kind of like the GR pottery forms, but this would be creating your own and any shape you want. So this is one style that you can do, very simple and easy. Then the other one that I've done, and I use these on my kitchen all the time. It kind of reminds me of like something from Italy or Tuscany, or so this I learned from a video way back. Gosh, it's been over 13 years ago. Again, when I first started this, and the same thing, you make a coil, oval shaped, and then you put your slab over. And this one, I just went like this with my fingers, and created a tray that can be for appetizers or bread, if you like French bread. And then I just painted some olives and leaves in here. And this, believe it or not, it's oatmeal, Amaco oatmeal over underglaze. So I don't know if you guys knew that you could put oatmeal over underglazes and it shows through. So it almost looks like a little, it turned out like a satin finish. I think this was B-Mix clay. Anyways, yeah, oatmeal, if you put over your painting, your underglaze painting, it shows through. And then I just put like dots on the top with the brush, to create this kind of fun edge. Anyways, this is all that is. You push it on your coil and you create this attached. And then you go with the little tool just to make sure it's really attached in there, and it creates that foot. Now, the other one that is a little bit that I was saying that is a step above this technique is that you create one. Let me take this tray out of here. So this one, I just made it yesterday. It's kind of almost getting to a leather hard stage. because even though I had it covered, I had it in my kitchen. I covered with the light plastic, but the AC blew the plastic away. So I'm surprised that nothing cracked because I had just attached the foot and it's there. This is Iceman by Kentucky Mudworks. This is the clay that I know I sound like a broken record, but it's the clay that I always say it's great for hand building. That's what I use. And then I'm gonna just paint it with underglaze and put clear. That's all I'm gonna do with this. So, so here it is. I made a coil. I look it up online for an illustration of an otter. And then I'm using these, this is just a plastic cutting board that is flexible. I bought, I think on Amazon, a bunch of these. And because what I wanted to do is put the coil, and then I'll show you here in a second how you do it. You kind of attach the coil to your plastic. And then this is the shape I wanted. And then all you do is put a saran wrap over so that you can reuse this clay for something else later. It doesn't go to waste. Or you could even fire these later on if you wanted to create a permanent mold. What do you call it? Slump mold, where you drape the slab over and then you put your slab over, you cut it, and then it will be just like a painted piece. So let me move this one now so we can get on to the next one. I am gonna cover this piece right here so it doesn't dry. I'm actually gonna spray a little bit so it doesn't dry out. So this is my next design. Guess I really like otters, so that's what I've decided to do. You can actually, I sketched this up just a few minutes ago. This one is just gonna be, she's holding a shell, and it's just really the front. I'm gonna round this a little bit. So I'm going to put this, yeah, because I wanna, first thing you wanna do is put your coil in here first. So let me move things around here. I don't have that much room here, so I want to be on focus here. Let me know if you guys have any questions. So this is my sketch. What I'm gonna do, I already have some coils here. Actually, I'm just gonna spray this a little bit. And as you can see, this is that very flexible plastic. All you want to do is follow your design. So if your design is a fish, just put the coil over. And this is going to become a cute little tray. And you really don't need that many tools for this. All you're going to need is a bucket of water, sponge. You're going to need that, your fingers. So I think I barely can make it with this one, this design. So I'm just going to join. You don't even need to be that precise with this one. I'm just stretching the clay here a little bit so I can attach this part here. And so what this does is creates that the depth for your tray. So let's say you want something deeper, just make your coil larger. So, and I wanted to make it because my cardboard that I was making my design wasn't long enough, but I wanted to make it rounded in here instead of kind of square the way I had it. So actually actually gonna take this out again. I'm just gonna go by like this. So the idea now is to attach the coil to this plastic so it doesn't move. The way I did it, put some water and you start pressing it so it's really attached. Again, I saw this on a conference that I went, and it might have been the Alabama Clay Conference. I haven't been to NCCA yet, but because Alabama is closer, I've also done a demo at that conference for like altering clay and sculpting my frogs. It's fun sharing. You see how you're just pushing the clay, kind of making it like this, like you wanted to make it so it has like a slight slant. Then I'm gonna put the design over just to make sure I'm still within the right size here. Can you guys see okay what I'm doing? Hope the lighting is okay. So I'm just smoothing it out. Yeah, you see how here I cut it, so I want it rounded, so I think it's about right. Again, this is a very simple shape. I didn't want to do something too complicated, but you can actually make, I like making the fish tray. It's a really cute one, and you can make a larger tray. So I'm gonna use the same saran wrap that I had it on my slab, and you're gonna cover. If you want it to be this to be part of your foot, you can leave it and then just score and attach your slab here. But I want it separate just like I made the other one, because on this one, what I'm gonna do is on the side, because it drapes over a little bit, I'm going to put little shells on the border. I think that would be cute. So here's my slab, which is big. I don't think I needed this big, but when you start pushing it in, and then you're just gonna cut it. So another thing you can do is have stamped, like do a roller. If you have one of those texture roller, like I did with my fish, you can do the roller first on your slab and then drape it over whatever shape you have. That's how I did this guy here. I did the roller first, and then I draped it over the coil. That's just, you can do a lot with this technique. I think I only own one GR pottery form, only one, because I figure I like doing things that are just gonna make a piece unique. So even though it might take a little more work, but I like to make one of a kind stuff. So, so now I have my shape. Let me see. I'm just gonna cut it, and I'm gonna cut it bigger because I want it for the edge to go over so that I can do my little shells around it. And again, now I know that this clay, you can actually do it and leave it air dry, and it will be okay. I'm very surprised with this clay. Every time I use it, I don't think I've ever used a clay that is this forgiving. And then what I'm gonna do is the shell that she's holding it, I'm actually gonna make the shell here, I'm actually gonna make it so that it protrudes a little bit. So I might add a little clay here. So let me know if you guys want the pattern. I'm gonna fix my sketch a little bit because I was making it in a hurry. If you want that sketch, I'll put it on under my Buy Me Coffee. I have a link there. You guys don't have to pay for anything. It's just a way that I can post a picture and you can use the pattern. I'm gonna try to add other patterns too, like I like birds, so that would be a cute one and easy to make. And that way you can do the outline and then you know what to paint on the inside if you like painting. Let's see, Julie. What was the clay you recommended for hand building? Oh, it's called Iceman. Iceman by Kentucky Mudworks. It's a white stoneware, but it's not as white as some other white, like let's say white bear is another one that I use, is very white. This one is more like an off-white, but it is a great clay for hand building. As you can see in here, let's see if I can show you. I attached, oops, here. I attached the foot just last night, and the thing, I thought it was covered, but it wasn't, and no cracks. And that's also the clay that I use to make my luminary because of all the cuts that I did. If you've watched that video, the tutorial, I use Iceman because it's great for hand building, but also carving. I've done altering with that clay. It's just a great clay all around. I gotta say though, it's not a great clay for throwing. I don't like throwing with that. But if you are a hand builder, I make very few projects that are hand building projects, although I do like to sculpt. So you can sculpt with that. You can do, yeah, different things. It won't warp either. Like, as you can see, that one is completely flat. It dried, air dry, and it didn't warp or anything. So it's just, I'm always amazed by this clay. So this is pretty much it uh, for as far as making the shape. And then you just let it dry here until, because it has a plastic, when it gets to almost leather hard like this tray here, then you can just kind of sketch inside. You can actually do, get a tracing paper that's what I could do, is put a tracing paper, trace the design, and then trace it over here. And then I carve just the outline of the nose, before I paint it, so I know where to paint the eyes and the nose and all that. And then the shell, like I said, I am gonna do like a little uh, relief. You can do relief carving, or you can actually add clay to make the shell. I think it's gonna be really cute. Again, this was just the front of the otter with the shell, um, and then I'm gonna put little shells around here. I think would be really cute. I don't know if you guys have any more questions. I just thought this was a good way of making trays that that can be actually in the shape of something. Um, I will try to post these. I don't have anything finished yet, other than the ones that I talked about. That was one of my first pieces that I made. Um, but let me know if you guys, as always, if you have any ideas for me. Let's see. So, if you guys have any questions, or let me know in the comments if you rewatch that. Let me know what other things you like to see. Yeah, I love otters too. I like also sloth. That would be a cute one to do. Birds, I like the tropical birds. I thought about this morning before I sketched this one. I thought about sketching a toucan. That would be a cute one too. So, uh, anyways, yeah, you can pretty much make, you can print out. If you guys don't like, I like hand sketching things. If you guys don't like that, you can. I always recommend the coloring books. I actually got a coloring book that has like the bigger animals. They're about the size of the page. I think I got one that was all sea animals, like turtles, sea turtles, and they were big. So that would be a good one for you. Can just cut the page and trace it over, so you can make something like that. Um, the thickness of the slab, well, it's a quarter of an inch thick, so it's not too thick. So once it's out of here, so you saw me smoothing the edges, but I haven't smoothed the underside. So that's easy to do after it's like leather hard, like this one. So you see how I have some, let me see, I don't know if you guys can see. It leaves some shallow creases from the plastic. All you do is just, you know, use your sponge to smooth everything out. It's very lightweight too. So then I'm gonna go and trim a little bit all this edge here that is sharp on the underside, and then you can put a little coil here, a small one, just to make a little foot. But right now this clay is super light, and it's yeah, it's about a quarter of an inch thick. So I might decide to put a little foot right here, just to elevate a little. So I like doing that instead of having this just flat. So it's really up to you what you want to do with it. I only put one foot because this is the tail, so the other foot is on the other side. So I decided to just put one foot there, but just use your imagination and have fun. So, and thank you, Julie, for the tip for my back. I am gonna try that, and I'm gonna rest a little bit today because for the past few days, yeah, my back is not good. So I try stretching. I've been stretching my back every day to see if it goes away. So it is slightly better. So thank you again, guys, for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate you, and see you next Saturday. Bye bye.